welcome you to the 2016 USA Volleyball Boys Junior National Championship 18 Open Gold Division. This is the medal match. The teams competing in today's matchup first from Aurora, Illinois, SPVB 18 Mizuno. Let's meet the teams. Number 9, Paul Bischoff. Number 5, Zachary Norved. Number 8, Alexander Carr. Number 20, Jacob Stepnowski. The double deuce, Kyle Pikarski. Number 24, Tyler Mitchell. Number 25, Kyler Katsakis. Number 30, Kyle Ramey. Number 34, Zachary Meyer. Number 54, Thomas Konvenik. Your head coach, Troy Gill. And now, all the way from Costa Mesa, California, Balboa Bay 18 Blue. Number 8, Matthew Ctvrtlik. Number 27, Michael Chang. Number 1, Noah Dyer. Number 3, number 9, William Hunter. Number 11, James Thomas. Number 12, Colin McCallister. Number 15, Jack Flynn. Number 23, Mitch Haly. Number 24, Tanner Woods. Number 34, Cameron Kavoosi. And number 3, Chase Moothart. Your head coach, Rocky Ciarelli. Your lines persons for today's matchup: Robert Miller from the Southern region, Frank Ayala from the Sun Country region. Assistant scorer is Jenny Ward from North Texas region. Your scorer, Rose Atkinson from the Keystone region. Second referee, Sergio Gonzalez from the Great Lakes region. And your first referee, Dustin Crosby from the Old Dominion region.
Kyle, what we're seeing here, of course, the customary shaking hands before the match starts. Sportsmanship is always celebrated here at USA Volleyball, and that's one of the things I really got to appreciate about it. It is a competitive thing, but sportsmanship comes first.
Absolutely, Dave. You see the coaches shaking hands before the match as well. Balboa Bay's club director there saying good luck to the rest of his team. He was able to come away with a 4th place finish last year. Tie for 3rd. That is...
Well, and we're seeing a lot of Balboa Bay throughout the tournament. They always seem to be placing in the medal matches. Balboa Bay is an established club out of Redondo Beach. Costa Mesa. So Balboa Bay, and that is a force to be reckoned with there. I mean, you've seen them time and time again in all different age groups, 12s, 14s, 16s. So, I mean, they've got a solid program, and you see, God, we've been doing this for a number of years, and I got to tell you, I see a lot of the same names. Noah Dyer on here, Chase Moothart, Matt Ctvrtlik. I mean, these are names we've seen in years past as they've worked their way through the program.
Ctvrtlik, a name that you're probably very familiar with. His dad being an Olympian, playing for USA Volleyball as well. Also coaching as well, so one of those things that's kind of a family affair that we kind of mentioned yesterday. Balboa Bay wearing the white. They'll be on the right side of your screen. Sports Performance Volleyball Club on the left. And believe it or not, Sports Performance has been kind of one of those clubs out of the Midwest, hailing from Chicago, much like Balboa Bay from California that we're very familiar with. And Balboa Bay, excuse me, not Balboa Bay, Sports Performance, a very well-known girls club as well. And now the boys showing, hey, they can play volleyball too. Right,
you are, Kyle, and I got to appreciate the monochromatic balance here. White jerseys with white shorts, black jerseys with black shorts. Makes it very easy to identify one team over the other.
The yin to the yang.
And you see Ctvrtlik there joking with the lines official.
I got another bag for you.
Balboa Bay starting.
Answering right away, that's going to be Sports Performance.
Tyler Mitchum with the kill from Sports Performance. Interesting, not probably the crispest pass Sports Performance would have liked, passing no higher than about 8 feet the top of the net, forcing the middle, but when you can jump that well, if they're able to keep establishing that, it's going to make it very tough for Balboa Bay to defend.
Great jump serve there from Kavoosi.
Balboa Bay sneaking through there. Here's a great look at it from the near side. Number 15 for Balboa Bay, Jack Flynn, sneaking it through the double block of Sports Performance.
Here we go to the outside. Great loopy top roll shot over the top of the block. Back set by the libero.
Great pickup off the block. Let's see if they go back to the middle again. There he is. Noah Dyer unable to defend that three or gap attack as it's referred to, trying to split the outside blocker here. Here's a great look at it. The right side blocker has to go defend and respect the outside attacker. Middle has a really good advantage.
Hits the deep six spot a little bit high, so that's unable to be passable. Great
good
block.
Pickup, good coverage.
Chi-Town gets a net violation.
Paul Bischoff there. The Leafs signaled for a net violation. Remember, Dave, that's a small change from last year. Last year, you could touch any part of the net except for the top 2 inch, that white band. USA Volleyball and the Rules Committee went back to the drawing board and said, hey, we're going back to the original rules. Any net contact in between the antennas is a violation while in the act of playing the volleyball.
And I got to tell you, Kyle, I appreciate that. It allows for a lot more control in the game, as well as, honestly, as with the younger players, it can be a safety issue if they're crashing in. Here's a good look at that replay on the outside.
Not the pass they would have liked. Unfortunately for Balboa Bay, that's number 3, Chase Moothart, not able to control that ball.
Great serve there from the libero. What a swing there from Balboa Bay.
Noah Dyer out of the back row. Here's a great look at it. Step closing. Middle has to respect the front row attacker there, after which he jumps. Setter knows exactly who to set. Noah Dyer coming away with a very clean kill. Ooh, tight to the net, careful. Balboa Bay trying to establish their middle as well. Unfortunately, they're now they're 0 for 2 in their middle attack efforts.
Here's an interesting replay on it. You see Moothart coming out of the middle, gets blocked handily by Sports Performance. Back serving number 9, that's Paul Bischoff. Nice serve by Bischoff.
Nice solid double block by Sports Performance. That's 22 and 25. Kyle Karski and Kyler Kosekis.
Paul Bischoff to serve. Serve from Bishop is long and out of bounds. Balboa Bay just down by 1 point here. Number 11 serving, Cal. That's James Thomas.
Coach Ctvrtlik trying to rally his troops, making sure they're in the right spot.
Great weak side set, little high pokey there. Goes the outside, no blocker.
Great pickup off the block.
Fadeaway roll shot. Broken play,
Great
what a
out
set.
of system set. Dyer trying to just keep it alive and wants to rally for a point. Ball has to go. Touch off the block.
Yeah, and that's a great slide approach there. Number 9, that's William Hunter.
That's actually not an attack you usually see in the men's game, Dave. honestly, the slide attack is probably very underutilized. Some coaches love it, some coaches don't, and generally that's because you have a really good right side attacker who's in the back row during that time. Obviously, if the setter's in the front row, you have the opposites in the back row. With the opposite being so effective in the men's game, something you don't really get to see very often in the women's game, the slide approach is much more used in the women's game.
Right, you are, and I think that's also because it's, you know, on the approach, most approaches here in the men's game, it's a 2-foot approach and 2-foot landing. Slide approach, you're jumping off of 1 foot, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely right. That's number 54 for Sports Performance, Thomas Kovanik coming in.
Meyer here to serve for Sports Performance. Again, Sports Performance in the black, Balboa Bay in the white if you're just joining us.
Balboa Bay doing a phenomenal job at the net right now.
Great up skis. What a swing. One blocker for Dyer, and he takes advantage huge there, Kyle.
Zachary Meyer a little frustrated with himself. Chose to drop to the middle of the court, playing almost a middle up with only a single blocker there. Unfortunately, it actually went right to where he was standing previously. And honestly, in the game of volleyball, it's a hitter's advantage.
William Hunter serving. What a great set there from number 9. Draws the blocker in. That's Paul Bishop setting the weak side.
Number 8 coming in, Alexander Carr. Carr is going to be a serving sub for the middle, number 22. That's Kyler Kosakis. Especially with 12 subs that are allowed, Dave, you might as well use them, especially if your middle may not be the best server or defender.
Kavoosi there, great kill. Here's a great replay. Going to the wide 1 ball. Kavoosi's there, he's up and connects with the setter, Matthew Ctvrtlik.
Ctvrtlik back, he's maintaining the offense, doing a really nice job keeping his attackers in position.
What a set to the southpaw there. Lefty hit, number 25, Kyler Kosakis.
Great way to watch the game of volleyball from the end line, get you an idea of what's going on from the pass to the set to the attack. Able to go inside the outside blocker of Balboa. Service error, that's the second service error by Sports Performance. And that brings us to an 8-all score. Right now, if this was an international game, we would take an automatic technical timeout. It's not, so we're not. First service ace. Noah Dyer, like you mentioned, Dave, is a name we've heard before, playing on a team last year that finished in the top 4.
Oh, weak side set just long for Kosakis. Here we are, 10-8, Kyle. Jump serve again.
I'm sorry, Dave, great look right. Oh, another service ace.
Here we go. Here's the replay, Kyle. You see the toss and the approach coming from Dyer. He's got great elevation.
Service error is going to end his run. I believe that's either the first or second service error. But what he did, Dave, is if he's going to miss a serve, not that you want your kids to miss a serve, but he missed the third one. That means he earned 2 points prior to that, so he's at least at a 1-point advantage.
Absolutely. You got to worry about the balance on the offense and on serve.
Good touch.
Oh, here we go. Free ball play. Let's see what Balboa Bay does with it.
Got to respect their attempt to try to be aggressive on every swing. Sports Performance coming away with it.
Kovanik here with a big jump serve, top spin. One picked up by the libero. Great coverage on the block. Again by the libero. Dyer setting to the weak side. Nope, outside. Net violation called on number 11, James Thomas.
A little bit tighter than you would have liked to set up out-of-system attacker, but it's a really high swing to the pin. He's able to keep clear of the net, unfortunately, coming down on this one. I think right after he hit the block, he swings and touches the net.
Kovanik there with a service ace. Here, let's take a look. Top spin. Look at that. Libero's giving chase. It's a hook shot. And you know what? That's where communication comes in on the serve receive.
Sports Performance now up by 1, able to make a 2-point swing. They were down 9 to 11. Excuse me, a 3-point swing. Now a 4-point swing.
Good job there by the blockers, only taking away the court, not trying to take away the ball, and getting a contact on that swing.
It's going to force Balboa into their first time out of the set. You are allowed 2.
Want to take a mention here. Don't forget to check out the website, daveshaw.co, for all your announcing needs. If you like him hearing the truth alongside the voice of reason, check me out at www.daveshaw.co. Website brought to you by Ad Valorem.
Remind me, I think Ad Valorem is run by a previous youth volleyball player who played here at these tournaments.
Actually, 2 of them, Robbie Page and Steve Odell, both UCLA Bruins, and they were part of the Rochester Pace Bootlegger program, both medal winners here in years past. Look at the size of this guy. I mean, crowd, it is standing room only. If you look at the edge of the courts, it is packed. They're on the stadiums. They're standing everywhere. It is a crowded house here. More than just an 80s band. It is an actual fact here on center court.
Out of the timeout, Kovanik with the service error, going to give a 2-point advantage, excuse me, a 1-point advantage. That's going to be 12-13 Sports Performance.
Moothart there at the service line. He's got a good, deep approach.
One thing, Dave, to note is Balboa is utilizing a 2 libero system. Sports Performance with a kill. This is usually called a back 1 or an A ball. This attacker for Sports Performance, number 24, Mitchum, doing a really nice job. I watched him play in a
solo block. Bischoff there, he reads it so well. He positions himself. Look how he gets here. He reads it.
Look at the penetration on the net. He brings it right back into the center court. Palms to 6, if you will.
Right you are, and he doesn't chase it too far out. He stays and takes his court.
Unforced error by Balboa. It's going to bring in Colin McCallister for Balboa. It's going to give number 11 for Balboa, James Thomas. Not that he did anything wrong. He's just going to give him a chance to think about some things. A lot of coaches will go right back to him. If he does well, we may not see him again, but honestly, it's a team effort, so you want to make sure your team's playing well at all times. Only the 2nd middle kill for Balboa.
Hunter gets the big swing out of the middle, flowing hair, brilliant mustache, gets a kill right there.
That 31 or gap ball, able to split the 2 blockers of Sports Performance. Only their 2nd kill, though. Balboa's trying to establish the middle. Noah Dyer creeping in here. Going to the outside. You'd like to see Balboa do a little bit better job getting their feet there, pushing across the net. Not that that was the blocker's fault.
Great swinging out. Oh, miss hit there from number 12. That's Colin McCallister, another name we've seen in years past.
It's only one contact, Dave, and I'll explain that here in a second.
Great read and great block. That's going to be Sports Performance point.
Interesting thing, Dave. Interesting, Dave. Within the rules, the assistant coach cannot talk to the down official. Maybe the down official giving the former Olympian a little bit too much leeway there. You'll notice that he's the only one standing. The head coach is taking a seat.
Free ball play here. Let's see what Sports Performance does. Oh, broken play, out of system, cross shot, out of bounds for Sports Performance.
Balboa Bay now down by 4 points. In volleyball, very easy to overcome. Gonna need a steady effort. I like that Balboa is trying to establish the middle. They're just not as effective against the Sports Performance block right this second. We probably want to see him go away from it right now, start getting the easy kills that they can, and then hopefully reestablish that middle.
Tell you the truth, Kyle, if you need yourself a strong point run, serving in the net's not the way to start it out.
Absolutely right. It's going to give a 5-point advantage. Hopefully, Balboa is able to side out right away, get it back down the floor.
Great pass there by the libero. Slide approach again, Kyle, and that's proven effective. That slide approach, you know, that's back-to-back approaches on the slide for a kill. Number 9. William Hunter.
Only the second time they've utilized that. And what a really good set. You have to give credit to Ctvrtlik for setting that ball. Able to pull the right side blocker, or left side blocker in, opens up that sliding in the middle.
Dyer using the block for the point right there. No, Noah goes high, big sky, big kill. And they're in dire need of that point. Sorry for the easy punt, I just couldn't resist. Look at this, he says, hello lunch. Look at the elevation, bingo off the top of the head.
Now the reason that they didn't signal touch, Dave, is actually it was a back row block. That means the setter's back net violation by sports performance. Dave, just like that, forcing sports performance into their first time out of the set. 18-19, advantage to Balboa. They're serving just where they want to be. I'm not sure if Dyer's in the front row, but that's probably the attacker they want to isolate as much as they can, doing a really nice job elevating, creating some angles for his team. Let's listen in here as Balboa's talking to their troops.
Who wants some Molten signature volleyballs? Make some noise.
There's the USA Volleyball mascot. Ball's getting thrown into the crowd, everyone's favorite. Here's a fabulous look at the crowd that is starting to form around center court here in Dallas, Texas. As we have the 18 Open final, Balboa Bay down 1 point, 18-19 versus Sports Performance out of Chicago, Illinois. Number 9, William Hunter, has done a fantastic job for Balboa. Maybe comes away. Going to Dyer.
Wow, great touch on the block. Let's look at the save here, Kyle. Look at this. Great jump serve. Hustle. Just gets there.
So the question that the Balboa Bay coaches had and are asking the down official is, did he have at least a body part in contact with the sport court while he played the ball over the cement? Which, according to the down official and everyone else, they agreed that he did. Very athletic play.
And according to the replay, the officials had the right call. That's why they're selected for this high caliber play right here. Great pickup there by the Balboa Bay libero. Net violation called on number 25.
25, not exactly appreciative of that call. Sports Performance doing a really nice job putting in the way they attack, staying nice, playing really steady defense, just letting the ball come to them, playing nice and high. Maybe it's not the perfect dig, but it's playable, and sometimes it's all you need when you're playing defense.
Great jump serve.
With the jump serve.
Back row pipe ball. Big swing, and it seems like the net seems to be rocking here, but no contact called.
Question is whether or not the back row attacker stepped on the line when he hit the ball. Not really able to see it look like it, but from my depth perception, I would have thought he was behind the line, Dave.
Agreed, Kyle. Going weak side. Nice tip. Wow, go gadget arms.
I think he touched that 2 or 3 times before the ball hit the ground. Gonna bring back Noah Dyer to the service line. Was able to serve 3 balls, earning 2 points last time.
What a center tip for kill. Holy filthy McNasty right there. Look at the hot hand right there. That's flawless execution of the center tip for kill.
James Thomas recognizing the setters live. Probably needed to position himself a little bit farther inside that dumping setter.
There we go. And look at that, the changeup out of the back row.
It's going to bring back in number 9, William Hunter for Balboa. Noah Dyer a little early there, able to get the changeup over the top of Mitchum.
Here we go, Chase Moothart back to serve. He's in the libero blue jersey for Balboa Bay. Oh, gets a lucky skipper off the tape. A little bit of tapeworm right there, proves lethal.
It's going to force Sports Performance into their second final timeout of the set.
Look at this. Great. I mean, that just, you can't get a better fall off a tape ball.
Sometimes coaches really want their middles just to transition to the middle of the court. They don't want him doing anything with the volleyball, but that time Mitchum's so close. He's an arm's length away from playing that ball up high in the middle of the court, letting his team at least get a swing.
Here we go, guys. Let's take a look at this packed house. I mean, you see some of the courts, and it looks like action's just stopped because everybody wants to be here. This is the 18 Open Final. The big dogs are playing, and you see all age groups, all players. It's not just, you know, people from the local areas, whether it be Costa Mesa or Aurora. No, these are just volleyball fans. This is the highest level, the big bangers here. They're going to be playing D1, D2, D3 next year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things you want to notice is they're just wanting to watch good volleyball. I think people who play volleyball for a while, they realize, hey, I can get better if I watch people better than me. Another dunk by Sports Performance. Sports Performance with a 1-point advantage. Their libero back to serve. That's number 5, Zachary Norvid.
And right, Ciarelli, you know, Sports Performance has been leading this game, leading this whole entire game. They're trying to maintain that and close this set out. Look at that, great extension, great reach. They pike really well, close that block. And Balboa Bay, even with the sharp angle, the way that the blockers are taking away the court, Balboa Bay had little option of where to go with that ball.
And that's really, you got to give tribute to the middle blocker for Sports Performance, the trailing middle, if you will, just because he's trying to close that gap. Does a really good job getting his feet there. He is reaching a little bit, but he's able to finish with his palms back into the court. I think a lot of times for inexperienced blockers, they think if I just get there, I've done my job, and what they end up doing is their hands are just facing out of bounds. So even if they're getting a touch, which is obviously what they're trying to do at that point, they end up sending it out of bounds on the near side attack.
You can see on his left arm where he's crashing in, he really just turns that in, and his arms stay, and his body gets there a little bit late and closes to it.
With the first set point of the match.
Weak side attack. Picked up easily. Off ball, 2 blockers up. And right there, exactly what you're talking about, Kyle.
Not exactly how Balboa would like to have finished that set. The double block of Balboa Bay does a great job getting a high touch off the ball. And the middle, always being told one of the things that they're told, hey, don't reach behind. They're told, hey, make sure you don't reach back. We have people that should be crashing to pick up that ball. You saw him, he actually turned, hesitated, like, hey, is somebody coming to get it? That ends up backing off. Nobody takes it, unfortunately, not the way they wanted to finish that set.
And you see a lot of great play here in the gold medal matchup, especially when it comes to precision blocking and also setters mixing up their offense. They are keeping it, both teams are trying to keep the competitive edge. And keep the second team's defense guessing where they're going to go, how they're going to hit, and it's the great mix of what you saw here. Balboa Bay, great offense, meeting the great blocking of Sports Performance, and Sports Performance walks away. Big swings from Mitchum there, number 24 out of the middle. Look at the back row attacks. I mean, mixing up that offense. You see Dyer coming out of the back row a number of times. There's Dyer in the front row, deep middle shot, Kyle. And here we go with the big block again.
And I think, honestly, that's probably the biggest determining factor right now is how well Sports Performance is blocking against Balboa. I think Balboa maybe has 1 to 2 blocks to their name. Sports Performance has at least 4 or 5. Final of that score, I believe, was 25-22 in favor of Sports Performance, and that's 3 points right there. And you can make up 3 points any number of ways, Dave. But if you're going to keep blocking that way, and I know Balboa keeps trying to establish their middle attack and not able to do it as well as Sports Performance, here's some good looks from the service line. And that was something that was a determining factor out of 2 timeouts, I believe, or at least a pivotal point that Sports Performance goes to the setter dump and comes away with a point uncontested.
A lot of great volleyball here, and some of the precision parts of the games. I mean, look at this great job on set point.
Here's
broken
set
play,
point, yep.
Sees the blockers up, decides to go high on the rockaway, uses that block, falls unfortunately for Balboa Bay. Sports Performance walks away with the win. And this crowd, this massive crowd filling in around Stadium Court here, they are getting a show here as Balboa Bay, Costa Mesa, California, taking on Aurora, Illinois in Mizuno Sports Performance.
There's the mascot for USA Volleyball. I'm going to be honest with you, Dave, I don't know his name, but I want to.
I wanted to say it's Volley. Or Volley Balboa. I mean, he's got the boxer shorts on. like it's Rocky Balboa, but it could be Volley Balboa. Who knows?
Sports Performance breaking their huddle.
Now here we go, Sports Performance. I mean, you see a couple of really tall teams. These guys are heading off to play their D1, D2 schools next year. But the precision blocking of Sports Performance, you see how they're setting up on their hitters. They're watching the hips. They're not trying to just reach for the ball. They're setting up to take away part of the court. And if they don't get the ball, they're driving the ball to the defense that is preset around that block. That is very smart volleyball.
So, Dave, really interesting to look at right now. You have Balboa on your left, or on the top of your screen, excuse me, in white. They're going to start in what's called rotation 5, which means if you count from 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, that means the setter is in rotation 5. They've moved forward 5, also known as setter in zone 3, which is an international way to look at it. And then Sports Performance is actually going to start rotation 4. And a lot of times coaches, what they look at is who's their best server. They're not necessarily concerned about the matchup. They're concerned about who's going to serve well, who's going to put a lot of points on the board to start. And that's how they start to determine, hey, this is how I want to start when I receive. This is how I want to start when I serve. Interesting enough for Balboa, I might have kept William Hunter, number 9 for Balboa, in the front row as long as possible. He's the only middle that scored points for them.
And not only that, he's been really lethal on that slide approach. He goes for it there.
Great
what
pickup by Sports
by
Performance.
Dyer. Dyer with just an absolute cannon on the outside. Just a little bit low there for Dyer, Kyle.
Kostakis serving here, doing a really nice job for Sports Performance. And that just goes to show you, live to fight another day. We don't need to be terminal necessarily. If we're just able to put the ball, maybe not to the libero, who's doing a fantastic job for Balboa, going to the slide again.
And there it is. It squeaks to the block. Going outside. And that's a block for point number 9, number 8 combining. That's Alexander Carr and Paul Bishop.
One of the situations where a lot of people yell no, like, hey, I didn't touch it. But it unfortunately comes away with the points. So maybe they start to say, oh, yeah, actually, I did touch that. It's all a matter of perspective, saying, hey, we didn't touch that. Let's try to get the easy point. Thankfully, it fell anyways.
Correction there. That was a misread by me. That was William Hunter and Matt Ctvrtlik.
Overpass redirection by Balboa. Number 34, Cameron Kavoosi.
Sorry, here a little bit of miscommunication. The roster's mixed up. That's going to make for an awkward read. And here goes to the middle. Number 24, Mitchum, unopposed. He gets above the block there. That's some great elevation, Kyle.
As well as Mitchum's doing, and this is a really good look from the end line here, this just shows you how well Mitchum can jump. All he does is take a 2-step, a right-left, which is the standard step close for a right-handed attacker, and reaches high. I think he could actually get that ball probably 6 inches higher, Dave.
Probably right. I mean, he does jump, and he has a monster reach.
Kavoosi with the service error. That's going to bring in number 20. Stepnowski for Sports Performance is going to anchor the right side attack. Block for Balboa, very necessary one.
Dyer and
Mitchum not being
Kavoosi.
blocked very often, brings that one down into the middle blocker of Balboa. It comes away. That might be either the first or second block for the entire match for Balboa, and absolutely necessary at this point.
Kavoosi
Back-to-back
again.
blocks. Kavoosi doing a really nice job stepping with his middle attacker. Just puts his hands over, just a quick penetration.
You know what you see there? You see also the double step because he's been early every time. That's why he did the little hesitation, and it's proved up paying dividends for him. Swinging the outside there, proves for a kill. Number 34, that's Zachary Meyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Michael Chang from Balboa is saying, hey, I can dig that volleyball better. I can do that. Do a really nice job. Get your feet there. Don't try to make anything out of nothing from the blocking standpoint. Just get up over and strong, and I'll dig that ball next time.
Balboa Bay coming out swinging here. On the hook shot, number 22, Kyle Piekarski.
That's going to bring back Sports Performance for the serve. Only down by 1.
Let's take a look here on the, a little bit of a hook shot. Cuts across his body.
Interesting setting choice. And they came away with the points. You can't, oh, there's a middle attack from Balboa. That's actually going to be Cameron Kavoosi's first kill.
Here's a look at this, Kyle. Comes hot ball, wide one. Bingo, bango, off the foot.
Service ace for Balboa. That's actually going to be Dyer's third ace of the match.
Dyer gets the service ace, and that's a name we've said over and over again over the past few years, Kyle.
Great chop shot to the far side, excuse me.
Broken play, it's gonna go to the outside ball. Good block and reach there by Sports Performance. Wow, on a 50-50 ball goes to Zachary Meyer.
What's impressive about that, Dave, is Zach Meyer not only picks up the ball, here he does, he's all the way in essentially what is zone 1, picks that ball up, so goes nice and high, setter goes, hey, thanks for the efforts, I'm gonna reward you. Does a really good job getting his body around that ball for the kill.
Back row attack for the kill. I believe that's also number 1, Noah Dyer.
Absolutely. Balboa Bay with a 3-point advantage right now. That's gonna bring Moothart back to serve for Balboa.
8-5 here, Balboa Bay off to a 3-point lead.
Great serve, handled pretty well.
Great shot out of the middle. That's number 34, picking that up, Zachary Meyer.
I actually think that was the middle attack, Dave. Yeah, that's actually gonna be number 22, Kyle Pikarski. Zach Meyer is back to serve. Handled very easily. See, there's the middle attack again. One thing, here's a good end line view here. One thing I think Ctvrtlik has done a little bit better job of as this match has progressed is setting his middle attacker a little bit higher, giving him options. I think early on he was trying to be quick, and wasn't getting that ball as high as he would have liked.
And a little bit less tight as well, so he's not doing some what they call a trap
out of system. We're gonna get an uncharacteristic free ball.
Nice and high, goes to the middle.
Oh, good pickup.
Great set.
Out of system, high ball.
Libero's gonna take it, goes to the weak side. Double block.
I actually thought that was below the height of the net, Dave, but in those situations, no one's complaining. Balboa Bay is happy with their 4-point lead right now. It's gonna force Sports Performance into their first time out of the second set. Yeah, that ball's right into the top of the net.
Let's take a listen here what coach is trying to tell his team.
Dave, if you recall, last set, we had a similar circumstance as far as points. A little whip and nay-nay by the volley mascot.
That's right. Volley Balboa out there doing a little whip and nay-nay.
I think that just proves if there's a will, there's a way. Just because you don't exactly have the longest arms in the world doesn't mean you can't do the whip or nay-nay.
Just because you don't have 5 digits doesn't mean you can't wave. That's all I'm saying.
That ball is very close, Dave. Going down the line, it does look like the video replay confirms that ball's out of bounds. Not exactly what you want to do. That's going to be what's called a coach's point, deciding to call the timeout and still earning the point out of it.
Little freeze the server there. See what Ctvrtlik does. Goes weak side slide approach. Oh, just long for Hunter. And William Hunter looking like a young Eddie Vedder there.
Great pass by Balboa. Oh, Mitchum with the pickup.
Sports Performance gets a favorable bounce off the top of the tape. Deep roll shot's going to be out of bounds.
Looks like that ball crossed the net, or excuse me, crossed the crossing space outside the antenna. Ctvrtlik a little surprised that he sent that one to the top of the net. Mitchum able to pick it up off the top.
James Thomas here serving for Balboa Bay. Up 3, deep jump serve.
Gonna have a high out of system set here, Dave. Instead of going to the near side to, number 54, Kovanik goes to the opposite, the lefty.
Double block there, 54, Kovanik, number 24, Mitchum.
Balboa Bay still with a 2-point advantage. Right now, all they're trying to do systematically is play side-out volleyball. If they trade points, obviously they're going to win by 2, first to 25.
Here we go, action underway. Hunter again on the weak side, slide approach, picked up, going to the back row. Big swing for the kill, number 34, Zachary Meyer.
Meyer being the one and only, that's not really true, excuse me. Meyer doing a lot of good things for sports performance. Wasn't exactly the set he wanted, but he was able to step close behind the line, keeps the ball in front of him, redirects to the left of the blocker.
Read my mind there with a great step close and a great elevation of the back row. Dyer using the block, gets the kill.
Testing the equipment of Echo Entertainment. Good old sturdy monitor can take any bounce off the floor.
Protecting your announcers, that's job number 1. Back to serve, number 9, William Hunter. Billy Hunter going deep 6. Oh, great touch, but that's a point all day for Kovanec. And the meaty paws of Kovanec get the kill. With a name like Kovanec, you figure he's playing hockey. No, he's playing volleyball right here, and he is a force to be reckoned with on center court.
Just out. Oh, we're going to have an overrule.
Let's take a look here at the replay. And you know what? Up official calls it in. Let's see here. Oh, he's right all day. That's why he's the up official. Instant replay confirms it there.
More specifically, Dave, I think we need to recognize the rules of the game. The up official has the sole discretion over the entire match, and not saying that he thought the gentleman was wrong, but he's able to overrule him if in his judgment or in his sight he sees that ball contacted. And thankfully we have video replay to our use, and we can confirm he was in fact right.
Absolutely. You know what? That's one of the advantages we have with that instant replay. And it's kind of a, I guess, guilty pleasure here as the announcing staff.
Ctvrtlik back to serve for Balboa.
Want to give a big shout out to Echo Entertainment, doing a great job with the production and the instant replay.
Mitchell's third error of actually the set. He was errorless in the first, has 2 blocks and a missed attack there to his name.
14-12 here on center court. Good pickup there. It's a little bit out of system. Great block going with it. Mitchum
with the net violation. It's unfortunate, Dave. I totally understand the rule. A net's a net. Look here, you'll see he actually presses it over the top. His jersey, it might be his actual stomach there on the bottom of the net, coming down, contacts it. One of those situations, maybe you want to overlook it. The ball is going to be played. But unfortunately, rules are rules.
Remember, I'm old school. I think I think sets should be perfect, and nets are nets no matter if it's jersey or body. Contact is contact.
Good. Oh, great pickup. Little beach move there.
Oh, nice set.
That's Noah Dyer going hard cross to the near side, out of bounds.
That is a beautiful set there from Ctvrtlik. Great contact, perfect hands, but it just goes wide for the header.
Norvik serving for Spry. His team's down by 2 still.
Out of the middle gets the kill, Kyle. Number 34. Dyer serving here.
Dyer with the serve. Meyer's ball goes over the net. That's going to be number 11, James Thomas with the kill. It's going to force sports performance into their second and final timeout of the set. Right now, Dave, we haven't really talked about the playing format. Sports performance down by 4 right now. Balboa Bay trying to force that third and final set.
Absolutely right. You know what? Balboa Bay wants to make this as drawn out as possible because who doesn't love more volleyball? But you got to give it sports performance. They are trying to fight back and just close it out. I mean, they won a close match in set number 1. They're not looking to go to 3.
Sorry, go ahead,
no,
Dave.
Please.
I agree. It's one of those things like, theoretically, everyone loves playing more volleyball, but when you have a set to your name, you want to get out of here in 2. You want to make sure that you tell the other team good job, but you want to be able to celebrate with your guys right away. The second you start pushing 3, maybe doubt starts creeping into your mind. Right now, so sports performance called a timeout earlier in the set, and that forced a service error from Balboa. Let's see if it happens here again.
Not at all in this case. Dyer coming firing. Miss hit there from number 34.
Great coverage.
What a kill out of the middle. Kavoosi again.
Right now, Dave, the determining factor in my mind, there's a lot of things that add up to good volleyball. Here's a great look at this coverage ball by Dyer. Just put his body there, went off his arm, goes the high to Ctvrtlik, able to run that middle again, coming with another kill is Kavoosi. Kavoosi trying to get another block.
Center takes it. What a swing from Paul Bischoff.
Great swing by Bischoff. Not exactly what you want your setter doing because he's right-handed, but this is a high ball by Meyer. Bischoff able to step close, keep that ball on his right shoulder, and go high to the near side. Unfortunately, a service error does you no good.
Again, as you mentioned before, it's a two libero system. Moothart makes his entrance to serve here as Balboa Bay up by 5 in set number 2.
Moothart passing close. What an athletic play by Bischoff. I know that it wasn't a kill, but he does a phenomenal job getting his hands on the ball high above the net. Not only is he able to, he didn't necessarily bring it back, Dave, but he's able to set a ball from an unparticular angle and stays out of the net. That is absolutely athletic to the absolute extreme.
His limbo skills are paying off right here on center court.
His instructor will be mighty proud. Thomas coming away with another kill high off the block.
It is a 7-point lead. That is a big stretch to climb out of. Sports Performance looking to do it here, going weak side.
Meyer.
Bango, bango.
Oh, you saw him eyeing it up. Could he jump over and make that play?
Moothart sticks the landing. Canadian judges loved it.
Good look, Meyer going, I believe that was actually off the head of Thomas. Moothart wondering if whether or not he can actually jump over that and make the play. With USA Volleyball determination, if he didn't have a body part in contact with the sport court, even if he made that play, they're unfortunately going to rule that out of bounds.
Correction, that's not Kavanik serving, that is Zachary Meyer.
Another swing by Thomas.
Big serve there by Meyer. And look at that. Splits the blockers. It was a good draw there by number 9, William Hunter, drawing the blockers in, leaving Thomas open on the outside pin.
Nice swing. Catches the line on the near side. Carr coming in to serve for number 22, Pekarski.
Katsekas with a great swing in that weak side gets the kill for Sports Performance. Closes the lead to 6. Carr needs a run here.
Ball handled pretty easily, puts Balboa coming away with another kill.
Again, William Hunter with a slide approach.
Hunter going one-on-one with Kovanik. Mitchum trying to trail, but Ctvrtlik does a really nice job getting that ball all the way to the antenna so Hunter can use the outside hand of Kovanik.
Thomas jump serve. Goes to middle.
No.
Touch called.
Touch called, okay. Is that Mitchum there, Dave?
That is Mitchum. Number 24, Tyler Mitchum. Back serving is going to be number 25, Kyle. That is Kyler Katsekas.
Katsekas, a lefty. Ball's not handled as well as he would have liked. That puts Balboa on the run. Mitchum with a fantastic close, sealing back into the middle of the court. That ball's to about the 1 foot line. Look at his arms here, Dave.
A lot of guys can block from the attack line, Kyle. Oh, wait, no, nobody can. Just Tyler Mitchum, apparently.
Going back to Hunter.
Wow, solo block there from Kavanik.
Thomas picks up, going back to Dyer. Dyer's ball is picked up off the block.
Mitchum on the 1 ball, no approach needed. Here we go. Here's another look at it.
Let's
Great
go
jump serve.
serving. Now, we've mentioned it time and time again. Balboa Bay's attempt to run that slide has been pretty effective. Vanek able to actually redirect that back in. Thomas picks it up off the block. Goes to Dyer, who's with, you know, it's interesting, Dave. A lot of coaches say get wide, get off the court, try to keep the ball in front of you. But one thing I like to tell attackers is get off the net deep. Keep that play in front of you. That way the ball can be set high, and instead of only seeing anywhere from 55 to 75% of the court. You can see 100%. Dyer goes wide all the way almost to the Sports Imports, which is at the center of every championship. They're our official net provider. And unfortunately, that ball from Ctvrtlik is a little too low. Tries to go over the top with just a soft roll. Kavoosi picks it up, and they terminate with Mitchum.
And back to serve here, number 25, Kyler Katsakis.
That's a coach's point. So Balboa Bay has their has their first set point of the match. Sports Performance only needed one last set. Let's see if Balboa Bay is able to do it with their serve. Hunter back to serve. Gonna go over to Kavoosi. Kavoosi with a nice clean kill through the block.
Some people forgetting this is a live broadcast.
Got a substitution here.
Sub coming in, number 20. That's going to be Jacob Stepnowski. Stepnowski coming in for some serving prowess here.
If I have to imagine, Dave, Stepnowski's likely a jump float specialist. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He may even be a standing float, but what they're looking for is defense. They want to keep the play alive. Balboa Bay, they're able to close. That's going to force a captain's meeting here with the down official or the R2 to see who's going to get side and who's going to get served.
That's right. We are going to a third and final set. That is going to be a 15-point game, and we are going to switch at 8 points.
One thing that I think we really need to talk about, Dave, is the middle attacking. I think a lot of people, if you took a look, for those of you that are huge college fans, if you watch the semifinals, UCLA versus Ohio State, UCLA did a fantastic job running their middles. Ohio State not as effective in the semifinal, but then against BYU in the championship, Ohio State was completely effective with their middle attack. Just like this, Sports Performance very effective in the first set. Balboa Bay able to equalize, and now we'll see what happens as we tie this up. All right, we'll be right back with a third and final set after this break.
This is wrap.
Hi, my name's Coach Ciarelli, head coach of the USA Women's National Volleyball Team. Did you know that USA Volleyball relies on thousands of dedicated coaches, officials, and volunteers, trained, accredited, and held to a vigorous code of conduct? That USA Volleyball is made up of over 5,000 clubs and 325,000 members. We are proud of our Olympic medals and accomplishments, but we are so much more than that.
Here's some look at that second set. Excuse me, this is actually a match recap here. We are heading into that third and final set, which is going to be played to 15, win by 2. We're going to switch at 8. Looks like Sports Performance is going to start on our right when we come back, Balboa on our left.
Great swing to the weak side here. Dyer gets up over the top of the block. Answering back, number 34. That is going to be
Zach Meyer there.
Yep.
That was actually the end of the first set. That was that kill we talked about. Hesitation here. Here's some looks at the second set.
Wide ball, met with a big block there from Kavoosi.
And that was the difference, Dave. I think Kavoosi and Balboa as a whole did a better job blocking, sent a lot of balls back, return to sender, if you will, where Sports Performance was completely solely in control of the blocking statistics. Right now, we have a tie set. Anyone's game, it's simply going to come down to who wants to play volleyball. I think there may be a little bit of hesitation as things start to get tight, but the team that's able to take a deep breath, just go and play and take good swings. Here's a crowd here. That's Academy Volleyball saying hi to their fans. Sports Performance on the near side. They're going to start with reception. Looks like Balboa Bay at the top of your screen in white is going to be your serving team. Sports Performance able to take control of that first set. Balboa Bay takes control of the second and looks back without relinquishing the lead at any point. But there's two distinctive points where there could have easily been 4-point swings. Here we are, Balboa serving. Balboa starts with a great block. That was Bischoff trying to run to number 25. Kyler Katsakis, the lefty for Sports Performance. Probably going outside to Kavoosi. He's going to have to tip it back into the middle. Bischoff going to Tyler, blocked again.
Let's take a look here, Kyle, at this replay. Monster swing, but a huge block. All of the right arm there from William Hunter.
That's going to be Thomas back to serve. Overpass results in a Dyer kill. It's going to force Sports Performance in their first timeout of the third set.
Timeout is called.
There's a look at Sports Performance huddle, Balboa's huddle right now. Balboa Bay opening up the stanza with a 3-point lead. Thomas is an interesting thing to talk about. If we remember the first set, Thomas was actually pulled about halfway through for his teammate. That was number 12, Colin McCallister came in. We mentioned, hey, sometimes all we need to do, take a breather. Maybe they're exposing a weakness right now. Just try to refocus, and you're going to come back. And Thomas in that second set had at least 3 kills, did a great job from the service line, did a really nice job serve receiving, and here he is serving right now with a 3-point advantage. Sports Performance has been known to call a timeout, force and freeze the server. We'll see if Balboa Bay can break through this ice.
Great set to the middle.
Mitchum is dug.
Outside for Dyer. Big swing for Dyer, gets the kill.
Kill the outside for number 1, Noah
Now,
Dyer.
this is a result of a couple plays. Here's Mitchum, who's dug. Kovanik has to jump, or he thinks to jump, and doesn't get off the net. You notice he didn't get his right foot to the attack line.
And only one hand on the ball. You got to make sure both hands are in set place.
It's a good swing by Kovanik, high off the outside.
Number 54, Thomas Kovanik.
That's
Serving
going
number
to bring
25,
in
Tyler Katsakis.
It's going to bring Bischoff to the front row. They were in rotation 3, Dave, to start. And I think Sports Performance is looking to always have Kyler as their first server at the starts of sets. Dyer trying to go high to the near side.
Just wide of the court. Katsakis back to serve.
Katsakis here. Another big swing from Dyer, but that's going to be wide. Dyer saying, I got this. Don't worry, guys. Side out right here.
Wouldn't be surprised, Dave, if we see Hunter with the slide attack.
Hunter out of the middle. Good up from Libero.
There's a slide.
Approach. Great pickup by the Libero, Zachary Norvin. Weak side for Dyer. Sharp angle shot.
No.
Touch is called by Mitchum.
Touch is called on the attacker, number 24, Tyler Mitchum.
Going back to the middle,
Katsakis
that's
back to
Hunter.
serve.
Great dig. Now the question that I'm surprised about Balboa Bay, here's the last one. Good pickup by Kovanik, goes to Mitchum. Now notice Sports Performance runs their 3 attack to a set spot on the court as opposed to a variable distance off the setter as the setter moves along the net.
Great block there, number 9 combining. That's Paul Bishop and number 24, Tyler Mitchum.
Just like that, 4 all day.
Mitchum. And number 9, Bishop.
Precisely why Sports Performance likes to have Kyler Katsakis serve. Just like that, Dave, he got his team 3 points from the service line, looking for a 4th. Just out.
Just out of bounds for Katsakis. That's going to bring up number 9, William Hunter, to the service line for Balboa Bay.
Even though there's a service error, Dave, he did his job. He served 3 points, got his team back in it. Now all they have to do is side out, and we're back to square one. Goes outside to Kovanik. Great dig by Thomas. Going to Dyer. Dyer not as... Oh, Dyer with the kill.
Change up on the outside. Roll shot goes for the kill. Noah Dyer, number 1 for Balboa Bay.
What I was going to say, Dave, is Dyer is probably not as effective as I think he knows he can be. And what he's trying to do is put himself in a position so he can be effective for his team. Going to go high out of system to Kovanik. Great swing, but another pickup by Thomas.
Dyer's actually been a workhorse, and he's been steadfast for his team, proving that he can get in the point. Oh, wow. Paul Bischoff, flawless execution there in the center tip for kill.
Bischoff 3 for 3 with setter dumps.
Kill by number 9, Paul Bischoff.
Going to get a substitution.
Coming
Kovanik
in,
out.
number 20,
Stepnowski, number 20
Stepnowski.
for Sports Performance, who we're looking to see serve, and we're looking to see some defense out of him. Right now, 6-5. If Balboa Bay is able to side out and push 1 point, we're going to get a side flip.
Yep, and here we are with a little bit of court maintenance, a little bit of perspiration on the court. And you'll notice that the attack line is right on that red border versus the wood border. the actual symbol for the Dallas, Texas 2016 Boys Junior National Championships.
That bright, shiny court provided by Sport Court, excuse me. If you're looking to set up a court, they're the ones to go to. They're #1 in portable volleyball court systems.
Kill for Balboa Bay, back to serve number 8, Ctvrtlik.
Just like that, Dave, Balboa Bay 1 point away from forcing the flip.
Here we are, jump serve coming. Ctvrtlik, oh, it's gonna go perfect pass.
Mitchum.
Wow.
Mitchum doing a fantastic job. He did have no blockers. I think Kavoosi mistimed it here. Here's a good look from the end line because Kavoosi's just trying to get up and get a touch. Wow. Mitchum actually rising as Kavoosi's coming down, goes hard to the libero. Right now, Balboa Bay looking for the side flip.
Nice up from Norvid, the libero, doing exactly what he's expected to do, and that's get the defense going.
Great dig by Norvid, sets him back up on the service line.
Norvid's going to be on the left side of your screen there. Dug that one really well. Even though it went over, he kept the ball off the ground. That's all he's looking to do.
Keep the ball in play. That's all you need to do sometimes. Interesting up there. Net violation called by #1 Noah Dyer, and we're switching sides, Kyle.
Sports Performance doing a fantastic job, never giving up. They were down 2 there, 7-5 to the advantage of Balboa, able to push 3 points. Ctvrtlik keeps the ball alive. All Dyer can do is just get a high roll that's picked up pretty easily by Kyler.
Just out of the reach of Dyer. Dyer thought he had it, and he pressed hard against the net, figuring that the big swing would keep him out of it. And that's going to put Norvid back to serve again for Sports Performance.
Norvid serving and playing defense like a machine. Sneaks it through. Number 15 for Balboa. A name we haven't had a chance to call very much, Jack Flynn, but comes away with a very pivotal point.
For Balboa Bay, Dyer to serve.
Dyer able to avenge some of his attacking efforts if he's able to serve a couple here for his team. Jack Flynn, again, he's like, say my name, I'm contributing right now.
Gets the block for point, Noah Dyer to serve.
And what's more important about this, Dave, it's a solo block. In the attacking game, honestly, the attacker has the advantage, so good for Jack Flynn putting himself in a position to intercept that ball.
Overpass coming here. Let's see what they do with it. Feeds the middle. What a shot. Keeps the ball in front of him, sharp angle, snaps it down, gets the kill.
Good swing by Karski, finds the edge of the court. He'll be a good look because you'll see here, he goes inside to the near side and just tags that corner, that T as they call it, for a kill. All 9s here in center court as we were playing for the gold medal in the 18 Open final.
That's going to be a point for Balboa Bay. Back in as number 9.
It's going to bring in
William Hunter, serving as number 3. Chase Moothart.
Hunter comes back in. Hunter's doing a fantastic job. Kavoosi was able to contribute quite a few points in the second set. We'll see if Hunter's able to do the same here.
Nice serve there from Moothart, causes a broken play. Back row attack, gets the center in transition. Nice hustle,
Great
and that's
pickup.
a live ball. On the putback, number 9.
I disagree with the official's call, actually. That ball was completely inside the antenna. And it's a tough angle.
Hunter.
We just had a perfect vantage point from where we sit at the scorer's table, Kyle.
That was Jack Flynn. So you can almost say, so actually that's a great example here. So Jack Flynn with the swing high off the trailing Pikarski. Flynn's actually able, and that's Meyer there with the one-arm swing. The reason you know it's inbounds, Dave, is when it crossed the net was farther away as opposed to the near side. So if that attack would have happened closer to us, likely it could have gone over the top of the antenna, which the ball needs to travel completely inside the antenna to be a legal play after once it crosses the crossing space, which is that space from the top of the net, from antenna to antenna, all the way to the ceiling.
Right you are, Kyle. Again, a great analytical look at the breakdown of the rules here by the truth, Kyle Holmeyer. I am the voice of reason, David Shaw. Check me out on Twitter at Voice of Reason 78, or you can follow me, you can check out my website, at www.daveshaw.co.
Moothart back to serve for Balboa, handled pretty easily
What a
by Karski,
swing.
able to get a kill out of the middle.
Kill out of the middle, number 22.
Right now, that's the determining factor.
Karski.
If the sports performance can continue to manufacture points out of their middle, they have a very substantial chance to win this third and final set, take home that gold medal back to the Chicagoland area. Sports performance back to serve. That's Zachary Meyer. His team's down by 1. Thomas not able to handle that as well as they would have liked. Is there a touch or a net? The net's moving. Oh, ball's in. So number 15, Jack Flynn back to serve. Had a little bit of contention there. Sports performance saying they didn't touch it. Balboa saying, hey, there was a touch. Okay, Dave, this is a very pivotal point. The question becomes, was the ball at any point in time, did it enter, and I'm talking a sliver, did it enter the plane, which is the space directly over the net, and then bring it back? So the question is, even if he's front row, and he enters the plane and brings it back, and the opposing team, which is Balboa at this time, touches the ball, it's actually in favor of Balboa because you're not able to enter and bring it back. Here's a great, yes, here's a look. So the question is, did they enter the plane, which I'm going to say they did. I think that Bischoff entered the plane to bring that ball back, and therefore should be Balboa's point. However, remember, as we mentioned earlier.
Again, Kyle, I got to stop you there because we are looking at it from a vantage point of the Balboa Bay bench. If we had the net cam directly on site, and from that vantage point, you got to give it to him. The up ref is in the plane. I have to defer to the up ref. Let's take a secondary look at it here, Kyle.
So this is about as center as we can get. So watch, does the ball at any point cross the center line?
And I'm going to have to say
it does. Absolutely does.
Barely.
Right, there it is. The ball is actually completely, I shouldn't say completely on Balboa's side, but the ball is directly on top of the net. Therefore, once he enters and brings it back, if Balboa Bay touches it, it should be Balboa's ball. But as we mentioned at the second set, up ref has complete control of the match, and in his discretion,
Kyle,
he didn't think that.
I want to ask you now, if he enters the plane, brings the ball back, and as he's bringing it back, the ball is now on Sports Performance side completely, and then Balboa Bay touches it, would it then be considered over? If he's brought the ball back from the plane, and it's on Sports Performance side, and then Balboa Bay touches it, would it then be Sports Performance ball?
If he touches the ball, yes. It would be reaching across, which is the play that the call that he originally signaled. Now, if they just touch like Bischoff's arm, that's not going to be anything unless they interfere. Maybe them pushing his arm caused him to misset the ball, then that would be interference. Great touch. Balboa Bay able to bring it back. Ctvrtlik sending it to the libero. That's Norvid.
Out of the middle comes Mitchum.
Kill out of the middle, number 24, Tyler Mitchell. Serving is number 25, Kyler Katsakis.
Dave, 1 point advantage to Balboa Bay. All they need to do is side out and push one, but Kyler comes away with an ace.
Service ace for number 25, Kyler Katsakis.
Katsakis proving why he's the go-to server for Sports Performance. And a timeout called here, Kyle.
And this is exactly the situation that Sports Performance wants to be in. They couldn't have asked for a better rotation four. That puts Kyler Katsakis back to serve. The lefty coming from left to right. A lot of people, if you're a huge fan of the women's game, if you remember Micah Hancock, the lefty server, and she is able to crank from left to right. A great example of that here.
And what we're seeing here is a little bit of a miscommunication. He perfectly places that ball in the 5 spot, causing the libero to crash. Your primary passer is going to be your libero. He normally has the first pass, just like the center has, second contact always unless called off. I believe libero reading the ball. Dyer says, no, it's coming right to me. That causes the misplay on the ball.
I think that's one of the things that it's going to be 100% agree with you, Dave. If you're coaching someone, that is not the wrong thing to say. I think if you take a look at someone like our national team with Eric Soji, who is a phenomenal sorry, Dave, we're back to action here.
Great
Dyer
play.
picks up.
Great shot there by Hunter.
Ctvrtlik trying to rally his troops. Dave, we have match point right now. Balboa Bay has put themselves in a position. If you see a perfect pass, do not be surprised if Bischoff dumps this. Mitchum with the kill.
Number 24, Tyler Mitchum.
And you see him, he's got a fadeaway, hit there because he jumps early, the ball's up, and then he's on his way down.
That's a great serve by Hunter. You got to give him credit for ripping that ball.
Look at that Mitchum, he's actually landing when he makes contact.
Kovanic's ball hits the top of the net, handled by Dyer. Balboa Bay again, they have the second match point of the set.
Kavoosi.
Dave, this is the second match point of the set. We're going to get a substitution for sports performance. Jacob Stepnowski comes in for Ctvrtlik. He's going to be your right side defender. Let's see if Ctvrtlik, the captain, the setter, can put his team back on top. Can close this, not put him back on top, close it out.
Picked up to the sole man back there and defense. Oh, great pop up there.
Dyer handles that.
Back to Dyer.
Net violation. Balboa Bay wins, Dave. They're winning in not only a technical fashion, but a dramatic fashion. Ctvrtlik putting more metal. That is going to be 16-14 is your final in favor of Balboa Bay.
That's what we call a tight game. Put your hands together. Great job, gentlemen. Both sides of the net.
Dave, that's good volleyball. Those are the two teams. Obviously, Sports Performance would like to be in the victor's spot. We'll be having the award ceremony for the 18 Open final as Balboa Bay will take the top of the podium with SCVC from Redondo Beach, California as your third place victor, and MB Surf Nike 18s from Westchester, California, your two third-place teams. They'll be joined by your second place Sports Performance out of Chicago and Balboa Bay out of Costa Mesa, California. Obviously, Balboa Bay visually excited.
Let's take another look here, Kyle, at championship point.
Ctvrtlik just puts that ball in play. That was actually Kavoosi. Bischoff tried. I think Bischoff wanted to run the middle, but he kept trying to force Meyer, not getting the ball all the way to the antenna as he would have liked. Meyer did everything he could to keep it alive. Noah Dyer picks that ball up, goes back to Dyer, who actually was out of system, but Bischoff, who was out of system, Bischoff was out of position, excuse me, trying to rush to get to that. Here's a great look. Bischoff trying to seal. He actually touched it as he landed and tried to transition off the net, Dave. That was what caused him to be in the net. That's going to give set and match point to Balboa Bay. And the gold medal goes back to Costa Mesa.
Your 2016 national champions of the 18 Open Division from Balboa Bay, from Costa Mesa, California, Balboa Bay 18 And now for the gold medals. Number 1, Noah Dyer. Number 3, Moothart. Number 8, Matthew Ctvrtlik. Number 9, Number 11, James Thomas. Number 12, Colin McCallister. Number 15, Flynn. Number 23, Mitch Haly. Number 24, Number 27, Michael Chang. Number 34, Kavoosi. the team captain please step forward to receive your championship trophy? Volleyball fans, at this time, make some noise for your boys and congratulate your 2016 National Championship team!
First, from Balboa Bay, 18 blue, number 8, Players are asked to stand in front of the award podium for senior class. From SCBC 18 Quicksilver, number 4, Roy. From